Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Mr. Radford Castro is here, our Director of Engineering, protecting our security on our shores and off. And now we gave you an all-in-one to do, a big all-in-one to do a little while ago.
Yes.
This is kind of a little baby all-in-one. What is this?
So this one is the little baby. We had the older sister, older brother. That was the 27-inch Asus AIO. This is the 23-inch 2350 Inspiron from Dell.
Now, Dell does make 27s, but the Inspiron line is kind of their budget line, right?
Yes. They also have a 27-inch also, but this is the 23-inch line.
Okay.
And it's touch-based. And
this might be good for a student or in the kitchen or somewhere like that.
And this actually is, this is the top-of-the-line one. This is running an i7.
Oh, it's fast.
Yeah, so it's really fast. It even has an AMD Radeon chip in it, so. And it's...
That's the GPU.
Yes.
And so, because it's a touch screen, GPU is important, isn't it? You want to be able to... You don't want it to lag when you touch the screen.
There's no lag on it. So, I mean, much of what we've seen before in the past with AIOs, I'm just going to get right into it. What you want to know is probably the resolution. And from here on out... It
doesn't look great, I'm saying. Yeah. Is it a good resolution?
This is actually 1920 by 1080.
Oh, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's full HD.
Those are just blurry pictures. You got to get better pictures.
We're just used to the laptops now that are
super crisp.
Retina,
right? Same resolution, it is half the size.
Right.
So this is 23 inches.
Right. So I'm just going to demo a little bit just on the resolution alone. I'm going to play a trailer here.
Let's watch the Elysium trailer.
Elysium.
Good movie.
Yeah. So it's a little bit blurry, obviously. It's going to try to bring in the bits, but... let me turn up the volume probably, so you could actually get a demo what this sounds like just as well as what it looks like.
It looks like these are these speakers? Where are the speakers? At the bottom?
Yeah, they're right at the bottom. This is one of the negatives I didn't like about.
Yeah.
I mean, you're trying to push out all of this stuff out of these little speakers right here.
Right.
And all the components are here. So
the whole computer, is it just in this little flat stand part?
Yeah, pretty much.
Interesting.
And then the arm here, you know, it's pretty sturdy for what it is, but it's kind of hefty even for this type of form factor. But let me just pause this for a little bit. So over here on the bottom part, on the base, you actually have a couple of USBs. Let me actually make it easy for us. I have some pictures here where I took a picture.
Okay.
I took some side stuff. So here's what it looks like on the side. And this is what it looks like.
That's what you're saying it looks like?
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
This is the back.
So I see it looks like two HDMI ports.
Right. So you have actually an
in and out.
Yes. Yeah.
So this is a pass-through device?
No. So it's almost confusing because of the way they're positioned.
Yeah.
But this is actually HDMI in if you want to extend your monitors from another PC. HDMI out if you want to push towards a TV.
Got it. So this could be a monitor by itself.
Yes.
Or a second monitor for a computer.
Or if you want to push out to a...
display stuff. That's cool. That's interesting. Yeah.
It's just kind of confusing because when you see them side by side.
You know, it looks like they're aiming this at the student market where this would be a home entertainment system in a dorm room, for instance.
Yes,
right?
and it has enough power to do that, so you could actually, do some gaming and do, your normal
and your
work that you
schoolwork and all that. Yeah.
But the big thing you want to know is, how does it perform in real world stuff? So of course, as I usually do, I like playing around with games. This is just some resolution. So here's some pictures.
These are good looking pictures. Yeah. No, you didn't take them with this though.
No,
you didn't carry this around to the cafes.
No, I actually had an SLR I was using.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually using a Canon.
I think this looks pretty good, actually. That's a very nice screen.
So this was
all right.
Yeah, so it's a pretty nice screen. I mean, it has some really good resolution, and even the speed from when you're zooming and stuff, it's pretty nice too. If I get to do that, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
Having built-in dedicated GPU makes a big difference.
It makes a huge difference. Yeah. So I mean, another evidence of that is when you start looking at games and stuff. So see if I have it there. There it is. And this is already running in the background. So that's really good.
Yeah.
And I'll just resume from this point out, and you can just see, just from the way it intros into the launch of the race. It's instant.
Is it a solid-state drive in here?
No, it's actually a regular hard drive.
A laptop hard drive, it must be, yeah.
But it has... This is pretty darn loud. Let me see if I can pause this thing. Sorry about that.
I would say, even though it has these built-in speakers, you're probably going to want to add external speakers, as you would to many of it on a computer.
And it has a headphone jack for that, so you can put in that stuff. But I mean, just the speed alone it's pretty.
Wow, this is nice.
Yeah, it's clean.
So you could give this to a kid and say, hey, you can game on this, but I want you to do your homework on it. This could even be your TV, really. I mean, because you've got HDMI in, you could hook up an Xbox to it and make it your Xbox TV.
Yes.
There's a lot you could do with this.
Yes.
That's interesting.
So remember when we did the review the other time, it was, you had some tilt forms. So one of the big selling points I liked about this is the fact that you could lay it flat.
Wow.
Like that. All the way flat.
Now we can play air hockey.
Yeah. But here's an app I really wanted to demonstrate that really makes use of this kind of like positioning. And that is this crayon one, which is perfect for my kid and I, since we play around with pictures and things like that, and we want to
This is turning it into a surface, in effect.
Yeah. So you can, here's some photos that I messed around with, where I just placed my kid around here. And then you could even like, you know, start using different types of tools to just start writing and start, you know, doodling, if I freaking know how to do this right.
Is I like how flexible this is.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting to hear the price because, especially as configured, this is not a cheap computer.
So the price at this trim is
with i7 and
with
the GPU.
i7, the GPU, and 1 terabyte, which I think they all come with.
Terabyte of how much RAM? Terabyte
about
storage. 12 gigs?
Oh, 12 gigabytes, yeah.
Of RAM?
Yes.
And how much?
At $13.99.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And I presume that you get an i5 with less RAM, smaller hard drive.
So the trims go like this. It goes i3, i5, and then this.
Right.
And then
this would be a really good desktop for a student. In high school, you could put it in the bedroom. In college, you could put it in the dorm room.
Yes.
I'm pretty impressed. $13.99 is a very good price. Remember, this has an i7 and a dedicated ATI graphics processor. That is a pretty impressive thing. I like the stand. You're right. Well, let's get the pros and cons here.
So the pros, I'm going to get right to it because I just can't remember stuff.
Yeah, write it down. That's always my
yeah.
Always
so the pros is the fact that it is. Actually, I didn't write it down, so I'm just going to try to remember all
the
of
pros.
this.
I can tell you. You like the screen.
I like the screen.
You like the stand. It's fast.
Yes. Now, and the cons is the sound is
crappy
not there.
speakers.
Right.
Yeah.
And here's another weird thing. This is the weird thing. Try to powering up the mouse. Look at this. You actually have to open it up.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird thing.
Okay.
But other than that, it's actually
it comes with Dell keyboard. This is Dell keyboard and mouse.
Right.
Pretty standard.
It's a no-frills keyboard and mouse, but it works well. And oh, thanks. It is a good performer.
I got it right. Clean design, good performer, beautiful display, nice positions.
Nice positions.
Crappy speakers, loud fan. You didn't mention that.
Yeah. So it is pretty loud once you start doing things like games.
See, I don't hear anything right now.
Yeah, but when you actually run it, or when you're doing like high-resolution video, you're definitely going to hear it. So.
Yeah. And, of course, it's not a laptop. It's a desktop, so you got to plug it in.
Yes.
But that is, I think, for the price, the Dell Inspiron. What model is this?
This is the 2530.
2530.
2350.
2350. This is an all-in-one.
Yes.
Buy, try, don't buy?
I wish I could say tempting, but I have to give it a try.
I'm going to say buy it. I think that's a great price. And I don't know of anything in this category that really...
Yeah, it is. It's very...
How are we feeling? We buy a lot of Dell gear, and you kind of on the front line of supporting all that stuff. How are we feeling about Dell these days?
Dell's actually pretty good now. Ever since they went private, they're starting to really concentrate on putting out products that really matter.
Okay.
And looking at this, just the form factor alone is very tempting to have. I'm just saying try it now because I don't have the pocket money off of my back.
If you have $1,300
bucks, you have 13 sticking around, it's definitely a buy.
Right. It is not cheap, but yeah. Very impressive. Thank you very much, Radford Castro. He's our engineering director at TWiT. And boy, I have to say, I really liked the Dell XPS 1 when we reviewed it a year ago. I reviewed it. Now that Windows 8 came out, I think they've got a touch version of that. And this is a touch screen.
Yes.
And at $13.99, I think it comes with Windows 8.1 Pro.
It comes with 8, but of course 8.1 is
it's an easy free up.
Right.
Yeah.
So
very good. The Dell Inspiron all-in-one 23-incher.